Gonna turn off the music though, because we want to actually hear the game. And I don't know, we start with Fury music, why not? Right, then countdown starts. And we're off! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this community race here between Fury and JMC in Metal Gear Solid 2. Very easy. This race has been done a few times lately. These two people are just really addicted, to Metal Gear Solid 2. And who can blame them? It's a great game. We're starting off, of course, with the tanker. And not to mention, this is the very easy difficulty. I think both of them also use turbo, at least JMC does, I think. And we see a lot of fun stuff. Very quick codex here in getting through the game as fast as possible. Notably also, we see a lot of people here take lots of alerts on the way, and that's no problem because thankfully it's very easy. We can take alerts in one room and it won't transfer over to the next one, so that already is rich. And thank you so much, Raju, for the subscription. Thank you so much. Yeah, right away, as we see Mega now make our way upstairs to fight Olga. Let's hope it will go well. Olga's a little bit randomized. She can go either way, left or right, and if we're lucky, we're gonna get fast strats. Though these people, they are so practiced much more than I am. For sure, we see greatness coming up. There we go. Olga going to the left there. She needs to walk back. Meanwhile, JMC getting a fast dog on the right side first. That's nice. I'm just waiting for her to be trapped. 4 shots to the head would end the fight. See, we're going here quite well. JMC just waiting for the airframes to come over and finishes first. Very nice. But again, it's way too early to call a winner yet. This is very close to each other. As for you, we basically almost finished at the same time. And now after this, it goes down to the belly of the tanker, and we're off. Oh. I think I attacked the wrong person on Twitter. And as I explained before, these runners, they will just take the alert. It's absolutely fine, because again, they don't transfer over to the next room, which is a problem on any other difficulty. And right now we're going to shoot the wall quickly, so the guard is actually alerted, but doesn't alert from us. He's basically just going to be ignoring and worrying about himself. Now get ready down the stairs. If you're fast enough, you're not getting shot in the back. Just good, and then you drop down. Fantastic to see how both these runners are basically framed. Perfect. Now we're getting ready here to drop down. There's 2 variants that can do it. You can basically drop next to the guard, and they both do the same. Shoot at the radio, and they're off. You don't want to have an alert too early here, but shooting out the radio will cause the guards to come out with their shields a little bit later. And that will actually be a good opportunity for us, because we want to have at least a caution going to the next room, as to not have a cutscene play, and actually going out way earlier. Now you see these guys with the shields here, just at the top of the stairs, you roll into them, hit them off once, because this is very easy. That will actually put them to sleep. And there we go, shooting out the sensor, and they're off. Time to fight the guard rush. Well, not fully yet, there's a few guards will come forward, but for sure, I'm expecting nothing less than greatness from both of these. So, as it goes with these newer engine games, compared to Metal Gear Solid 1, you just shoot these cars, and they fall down, you can just basically pass through them, so you can shoot them rather early, and it doesn't stop us at all. Ooh. And again, because it's very easy, I also think one body shot already kills them. There we go. So we see JMC not getting any alert, Fury getting hit in the alert in the beginning, slows him down just a little bit, but again, it's not too much of a problem. And let's see. Both then exactly 27 bullets, getting ready to start his fight now. So very easy, we have 4 of these guards here coming out, and then afterwards we have a small train of guards, basically 3 more. Then we want to shoot as quickly as possible in the head. That's why they pre-align here already, and then shoot precisely each time once in the head. Well done here on JMC. And Fury in the same manner, just a few seconds afterwards.
Disable a rapid fire.
And as you can hear, yes, JMC actually has the sound where it confirms rapid fire or turbo on or off. Doing, of course, the ladder glitch, which is massively faster. You don't need to take the ladders down here. I still do that because I haven't read the glitch yet. And it definitely says, I'm just expecting it to be at least 10 to 20 seconds faster. Not yet the timing yet, but it is definitely faster. Moving over to the next room here, we need to change the beamer quickly. And then let's see what they're going to do. They're going to do the hold up quickly. And then just walk past them, not doing the roll, which I personally prefer. It's a little bit riskier if you don't do it correctly, but it's so much more fun if you do the roll and basically domino all the guards forward. There we go. Fury hearing my wish and complying and doing it, of course, flawless well. It's slightly faster even. And because this is the PC version of Substance, we can use a glitch in the 16:9 version. Whereas the game was actually done for 4x3 in the 16:9 version. Jesus Christ. We need to take 4 pictures, but we can do so in 2 spots. Just a bit of a different angle. And that will actually count as all of the 4 angles that we need for Magic Gear Ray. And that is already the tanker part of this run. Moving on to the plant. Good times for both of those so far. Less than 7 minutes in. Flawless, I would say. Very good times. Now, of course, we're switching over to, again, Solid Snake, naturally.
Disable a rapid fire.
And there we go.
Disable a rapid fire.
As always, the start is a little bit slower. Not much happening yet. We are basically clueless, as we just have our username changed to Raiden. I don't know why. I guess it's important later on. We'll see. And now we gotta wait a little bit here in this area in order to take the elevator upstairs. It's just like in Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, we need to initially register our name here, the note once, and then thankfully never again later. Yeah, all of them are playing on New Game Plus at least. Why do they do that? Why don't they go for just New Game? Basically, we have later down a scene where the bomb defusal expert will explain something for us, and if you play on New Game Plus or even New Game Plus Plus, we can skip the cutscene entirely. That is, of course, faster and preferred by speedrunners. And James D quickly will bomb back here to the beginning, grabbing the M9, whilst waiting for the elevator to come up. And as you can see, the guards wake up and immediately go cautious, so you don't necessarily want to stay all the time. If you want, you can also just grab the M9 and then tranquilize them. And Fury, instead of tranquilizing the guard, just using the roll here. And there we go. Oh, both of them go upstairs now. Let's see what's up. Saving the president. And hopefully not killing them.
Disable a rapid fire. Enable a rapid fire.
So in the beginning of 2, story-wise at least, we know for certain that there's hostages and we need to go and save the plants. We don't want that thing to blow up because it will be a massive pollution scandal here. And on our way also we're gonna meet up with SEAL experts. We're gonna see them being shot down from the enemy team. And also, of course, we're gonna finally see Roy Pliskin. Which we know, of course, from Escape from New York.
Enable a rapid fire.
Kojima, the good old movie fan, of course, always giving us a little bit of hints and stuff relates to what he likes. And James, you already passed that. Of course, we skip all these cutscenes that are sort of cool, I have to say. But as it goes, as speedrunner, we don't have the time. In Fury screen, you could see them just for a few seconds. Alright, now with that in case, we want to talk to Stillman and get ready. So there have been bombs planted here. We need to get rid of them, and we talked to Stillman, the expert, of course, in order to learn how we defuse all of these. And as I explained before, because people are here on New Game Plus, they will actually not have the problem of waiting for the cutscene to play out. We can just skip that right away later. There we go, that was the cutscene we just saw skipped here by JMC. Again, if you were in a brand new game, not a New Game Plus, you would have needed to see this. So usually we were about to grab the sensor here and then move all the bombs. Just done for later, but we're just gonna defuse all of them. Actually see here, Snake in the box. Yes, if you're fast enough and you didn't know, you can see him here. I wonder why he goes into the box. Oh well, maybe it's comfortable for him. And then getting ready here for the first one. So James C will go here by the railing, drop down, quickly grab the railing again, and then open up the thing. The guard will spot him there, but just being seen does not mean that he gets an alert right away. You can also, yeah, there we go. Codec starts. Still no alert yet. And then quickly look up again, and then before the alert gets curled. Could have tranquilized him, but didn't happen this time. Let's see if we can do better. Look it up, and there we go, tranquilized, and also spun right into him. Excellent play, so no alert for him. Again, it doesn't matter, because as soon as you leave the room here, very easy, the alert will drop, so that's absolutely no problem. But of course, if you were playing on the game setting Game Over if discovered, which you can select yes or no, that would have mean that you need to redo the room. No reason for that here, of course, very easy, we take all the chance that we can get in order to be as fast as possible. Now getting upstairs, if so correctly, yep.
Disable a rapid fire.
Getting a few calls here. And getting up to the area here in order to defuse another bomb. I tried to look if I can increase the volume here, but it doesn't appear that way right now. Maybe if I hit again quickly? Just a little bit. There we go, people also can hear them stream a little bit better. And again, yeah, plant is a lengthy section here. We move our way around. And again, ignore stuff like claymores and all. Absolutely no problem. Now in this room we need to drop down because the bomb is actually in this location here. Plant some boxes. You can't get there really from the bottom, but you could in theory cool this bomb, defuse it actually between two boxes in the corner.
Is there somebody there?
And I love that you can literally drop behind the guard and he won't notice you at all. And now Fury doing the same room as well here. Dropping down. Quick defusal. And then off. Now in this room where we have James C currently, it's a bit tricky. There's all these pipes here. And you can do a few tricks here in order to be a little bit faster. It's what's called a coolant riser, where you go into the first person and then actually can stand out a little bit faster. And you don't even need to walk all the way around the room here. The distance that the coolant sprays actually is long enough, so you only need to make your way basically around halfway. Then already moving on to, I think, the second to last room. I ain't even holding up the guard here, because why not? It is the shorter walking path. Since the alerts don't matter really, you can just move on.
Disable a rapid fire.
And there we go, Fury also moving on. past the room here. Yeah, the Speedrun Race is a very nice technique, which allows you to stand up very quickly. Skips a little bit of time here in the animation.
Disable a rapid fire.
Now James C all the way here, and you need to open the door. No, you need to close the door, and that's where the bomb is here. Super easy. And now they're about to get ready and defuse all the bombs. And story-wise, we learn that actually defusing all the bombs triggers a larger bomb, which is the actual bomb that will be dangerous in order for this plant to go down. So, as we move on soon, I think I was one room too early. But basically, all defusing these small bombs, they're not critical at all for the structure here, so the plant would not go down necessarily. But as soon as we defuse all of these, a larger bomb, we would trigger. There we go, yeah. James is going to the bathroom quickly. The ladies' bathroom, especially. Defusing the final bomb, and now that's the spot where the big bomb will be triggered. There we go. So now we're gonna grab the sensor B here for the secondary type of bomb. There we go. And now we need to make a way down from where we started again, where this little submarine is. And we have 400 seconds time in order to get down there. Should be more than enough. Those ciphers, honestly, on higher difficulties can make your life really hard. But again, as it is with very easy, we just completely ignore them. So, we could have done this the other way around, which is also possible. There's also strats where you use the conveyor belt. But usually, what I say these two guys do is basically always go clockwise, and then at the end, grab the sensor and get ready to go down again. It is in the beginning, especially a little bit of backtracking. And I do have to admit, can't really say much other than, yeah, they're doing the thing. But as soon as we're done with all the bomb diffuser shenanigans, a lot more stuff is happening, so look forward to that. There you go, taking down the elevator, going all the way back down to the beginning. We can say what we want, but the backtracking in Metal Gear Solid 2 is not as bad as in other games. I mean, just imagine Metal Gear Solid 1. Where even for the remake in the Twin Snakes, they changed the routing a little bit so you don't have to go back as much anymore. Alright, so if you wonder where this last bomb is, it's right by the submarine here. I think the position changes a little bit depending on the difficulty, but on very easy especially, you can just stand in the spot here and take a rather distance shot. Just be done there. And now that this bomb has been defused, we go all the way back. And then it's time for the first sort of boss fight. It's not really like we're fighting anyone, but we still have an opponent against us, and that will be Fortune. And as I always like to say, it's unfortunate that we can't yet skip Fortune. So we want to do in this room here, we want to look to the side, punch 3 times, then get in a crouching position. Because basically the fastest way, if I understand correctly, in order to skip this room is basically have Fortune destroy everything. So we stand in a few corners, we wait for her to shoot everything, destroy the boxes. And that sadly takes as long as it takes, really. There's a few strats that we can do in order to hopefully accelerate that process. Especially going now, as you can see in JMC here, a bit to the right, shooting more boxes. And then later on moving also to the opposite side. Because as you know, of course, Fortune can't be killed. Doesn't matter, whatever we do. And Fury also starting the same thing now. They're still so close. Both of these runners really know what they're doing here. It really comes down to very slight variations, where these runners are just seconds apart, really. Alright, there as we can see, elevator gets ready to come down. And that will be the point where Vamp will go down and break the message. And it will be LQ actually to go upstairs and start fighting Fatman later. There we go, the second bomb has been set. We have 500 seconds time in order to go over there and defuse it. And then it's already getting ready here for the next boss fight, the actual boss fight that is Fatman. Get ready here. This is a certain path you want to take because on this side, if I understand correctly, there's claymores. You don't want to walk in there. You know, it takes away time from you. It doesn't kill you necessarily, but because you get, you know, put down, that is, of course, time wasted. Especially very easy. It is, like most of these Metal Gear Solid games, on the easiest difficulties, it comes really down to timings and clean movement in order to be fast, not necessarily having the cleanest and least amount of alerts. And we see Fury also taking the same line here to avoid the claymores. Now we're getting ready here a little bit further, and then we're off. Alright, we're just taking the stairs here, and then that's all we need to do. So, I assume again both of these runners will not use the outline, the non-lethal strat, but instead the lethal strat with the SOCOM, which is fair. Appears to be the more consistent strat for both of these. So let's see what will happen. As soon as we defuse the bomb here, the Fatman fight will start. And there we go. So in the beginning we completely ignore Fatman first, we just defuse these two bombs. No, not entirely. JMC getting here for the first defusal and then continuing, taking already a huge chunk of life away. And then already finishing the fight almost immediately. That was really good. Very clean headshots there. Then defusing the second bomb and that's the fight. Congratulations, now Fury also getting ready to start his fight. There we go. Also, he's going to defuse the first bomb, shooting down Fatman, so he's in the floor. You want to shoot him in the head. Wait a little bit. There we go. To get the airframes away, and then shoot, like walk after him, really shoot him down with the SOCOM. And then there we go. He was a little bit tilted to the side, but still worked. Another headshot, and then he's done for. Amazing fight from both of these runners. Now it's time to get into the main plant area here in the center. We're gonna get the outfit, and especially like only on very easy, really on this difficulty, we don't need to go to a certain area, which I forgot which one it is, forgive me, to grab the AK, but there's another location only on very easy where we can grab the AK, basically on our way just going to our informant where also the president is being held. And coming up there soon also we have a little bit of RNG, but I'll talk about it as soon as we get there. As you can see here, usually we need to walk downstairs and grab the AK, then walk back to this area here, equip the uniform as you can see. But again, only on very easy, just as we enter the core, soon we can also grab another AK, which we need in order to be allowed inside the area here without being suspicious. There we go, we're getting over here, turn quickly to the right, and that is where the AKS is. Now we can equip it, and then nobody will ask any questions. But of course we don't want to touch any of these enemies. They will take our guard down actually, so that's why we cartwheel around and sometimes hit them. And before they can look at us really even worry, what are we doing here? What are we doing all these cartwheels? We can just take the elevator and go away. Now, of course, we need also the microphone, because our informant does have a heart beeper. Did you forget the name of what it is? Pacemaker, sorry. Pacemaker. And we need to listen for that with the directional microphone. So that's why we need to go downstairs here and quickly grab that. And we're going to quickly take the elevator, go upstairs again, and then we're going to get ready for retinal scan. Retinal scan, you will see, is not too difficult to understand, but probably not too easy to execute as well. And let's see how it goes. Basically, yep, we want to get in the right position here, look up, and then as soon as the guard walks into us, we know the cue in order to hold him and automatically put him in front of the retinal.
You are cleared to enter.
Beautiful. Great execution. And out of this section, we have a little bit of RNG. This Ames guy could be anywhere in this room. And it's not a god Ames yet. But he was definitely close. Because he was in the southeast. Very nice. Didn't take too long. Can take going all around the clock there. Let's see how Fury is doing. It's gonna knock you to the guard come around. Get into position. No, he didn't come right away. There we go. Walks into position. And oh my god, it was a little bit too high, but it still worked out. Good stuff. Now, because after the aim section we lose our mouse, of course, we'll be seen, and we need to make our way out of here quickly. But thankfully, again, because it's very easy, it's not too much of trouble. Let's see what Ames Fury is getting here. Already moving it a little bit longer. And did not find yet. He could be right there in the corner. The furthest corner, yeah, that was basically one of the worst. Unfortunate. But that's how the game treats you sometimes. Can't have god aims all the time. Alright, and after this little question and answer session, we're moving on. Because I think, if I remember correctly, we're gonna now talk to the president. And for that, we need to beforehand also get a PS2-1, yes. And also get the Nikita. Because the president is held behind an electric floor, which you can't move past. And if I understand correctly, because of route optimization, we're going to grab the PS2-1 beforehand, so we don't need to grab it when we do the fight later. Oh no, not even the fight, it's about shooting down some bombs at the bridge. Correct. See folks, I'm sorry, I do not run the game yet. I'm already trying, I learned at least the tanker. I'll get there next week with the plant when we do the next race. Which, as I know these guys, they will probably do. Cartwheeling over the bridge, like a real snake. Actually not being one, it's just riding. There we go, Fury also having a PS2-1. I would say... how much time difference would it be? Maybe 20 seconds? It can go either way, really later. There's two things that can go wrong. We also have the Harrier fight coming up, which James is getting ready for now. We need to shoot out these sensors here, that's why we need the sniper. We also need it later, but this is specifically why we caught the sniper. Got my route a little bit next up. But no problem, all of these sensors are down, and then we start the Harrier fight. So let's see how it goes. Can be either really fast, or if the Harrier is not there yet, can also be a little bit slower. It's not fully set yet. There we go, that's the stinger we need. 2. Turning around, getting ready. Grabbing more stinger bullets. Thankfully, Pliskin is also giving us more ammo. Now we basically open this to the distance here and hope we can shoot him once. And another time while he's still on this way here, which we did. And that shot did hit only once. So we're gonna take a second half. Still. There we go. Good shot in the middle here. And now in order to avoid this bomb drop here, we need to get away. And while he was dropping down, the auto aim of the Stinger also hit the Harrier yet another time. Which is a fantastic execution there. Again, dropping down here in order to not get shot. Climbing back up. And in the meantime, he's doing all this acrobatics here. This is when the Stingers are still flying. As soon as they're once locked in, they continue their flight and actually hit the Harrier. And there we go, that's the final shot. Very nice fight done here. Excellent work. Before even the whole barrage come down. You cannot escape this bomb drop, but you can definitely prevent before the Harrier waits hit the bridge to shoot you down up close. So this is very well done. Let's see how Fury's doing it. Oh, James again, a little bit different here, a little bit riskier, I would think. But it worked. And And I think, yep, Terry's doing the cleanest version, a little bit faster, catching up again. Too bad. The helicopter's on the way. But there we go, off in the distance, there comes Stinger, and we still need to escape here and not to get damaged, but that ended the fight actually a little bit faster. Very nice. So catching up yet again a little bit further. As I always like to say, it's not over yet.
Encountered the enemy requesting backup.
James getting ready here for a little wank walk. Got you down here. Please don't fall down, that would not be advantageous. There we go. And then Fury really close behind him. Again, I have to say, super close, both of these runners. Around usual skill, the equal skill also. It's always a joy to see both of these race. It's not necessarily like, there we go. I love these car wheels. I always stoked when I see this because it looks so close. You're not necessarily falling down if you time it right. But you see James and Fury also racing a lot of times back and forth. Really helps also to both motivate yourself to not reset too often, you know, if a start is not perfect. And you can, of course, also see like where other people can look back and forth. And that's also why I love hosting these races here for both of these. You can literally just stand here and watch and see how they both improve week over week, and also see how it can be going back and forth. And if I remember correctly, now we're going to get ready to see the president. It's been a little while since I played 2, I have to admit. I'm usually speedrunning 1 and 3. But again, I'm about to learn 2 as well. Was this whole thing already done? Why just go into the water? Let me check. Oh, he needs to grab the Nikita now in the water. We just right down here, thankfully. And then just turn around. And there we go. No matter what I say, folks, what's important is these runners, they know the route well. They know what they're doing, so ignore me sometimes. I will promise to improve. I try to quickly get another run of the game in here so he knows what I would be talking about. But, oh well, another day. But yeah, now as we have the Nikita, we get ready here in position, and if I understand correctly, it's the easiest way to go on this little box here, and then shoot up in the high event. And then going forward, turn around once, there we go. And hopefully the president does not stand in our way. Nope, he does not. And then we just blow up here the electric boxes. Now we can move past the electric floor.
Enable a rapid fire.
And there we go. Now it gets revealed that even the president is also just a decoy, and we actually need to talk to EE, or Emma Emmerich, in order to take down what's underneath the plant. What is that? It is arsenal gear. Another type of metal gear. Fury also at the same position here, does not shoot the president as they should, and then start again this talk.
Disable a rapid fire.
Now we're gonna get ready here, if I understand correctly. And before we can actually talk to Emma, we need to have one more boss fight happen. And that is the first encounter with Vamp. And before that, there's a little thing that we can do. Usually we need to swim a lot of time, because this structure has been blown up. We would also see the old Stillman, sadly been dead. But speedrunners found a way actually to clip out of bounds in a certain section. It's called the swim glitch. And it does save a good amount of time if you do it correctly. So let's see what James is going for here. It looks very funky, but you get it right away. And yeah, we stand right, he's getting ready for it. So what he wants to do is, if I understand correctly, he tries to go up this wall. And yeah, okay, James is not doing it, just taking as it is. He does not know if he's ahead, I think. He does not see what Fury is doing, so he's just taking first chance. If it doesn't work out right away, he just goes for the actual situation and doing this standard route, which all of us did when we played the game first, just swimming here in the water. fair enough. Like, it can be faster, but if you mess it up, and especially if you need too many attempts, it is slower again. So let's see, Fury is doing the same thing, or if he tries, I think Fury most likely goes for the swim glitch. It's such a weird thing, really. You can go up once in the swim animation, this wall, and then basically clip over the door here. And yep, Fury's going for it, and as you can see, he's already out of the water, still in swim animation, looking like the right height, and there we go, clipping here out of bounds, out of the water. And meanwhile, as James C did it, he just went for it, using auto fire and then shooting down Vamp almost immediately with the stingers. Fury now really caught up because he did the swim glitch first try much faster, and basically what you just need to do is you shoot down with the stingers at the feet of Vamp. So I would say these runners are now like 3-5 seconds apart, really. It is super close again, just because one runner did not do a trick that's faster and the other one did and immediately caught up. Fantastic stuff before this race. The good thing is, the more of the run happens, the less I can mess up of stuff that will happen next or what doesn't. So what I know for sure is we're gonna take Emma here and escort her out. There has been recently found a new thing with Emma, which we can do. We can basically push her out of bounds and then leave the room, and then we need to re-enter the room again. We still need to grab Emma. But Emma will respawn when we re-enter the room in a better position than where she was beforehand. So it saves, I think, 7 seconds in 2 rooms where so far it has been found as useful. So we'll see if these 2 runners will actually try to put her out of bounds. First room, we just need to get her through the water and then walk through the door. We don't need to grab her here. And then in the next room, we need to get into the elevator and take her upstairs.
Disable a rapid fire.
There we go. Just need to hold her, take her by the hand. Escort arrows. I mean, there's no water here. I don't get it.
Enable a rapid fire.
But still, we're gonna need to drag her around. There's more conversations. Oh well. Lots of more explanations also, what this is, what Arsenal gear is, what she did. All the good stuff if you were looking at the game from a casual player standpoint, which we don't do here, we do speedruns. So let's see it. Swim, swim, swim all the way. And as soon as we're on the other side of the water, we most likely will see attempts at the so-called Amber Bump. Found by Miss Chelsea's, who's also running the game. And basically did it on accident. She just bumped Emma into out of bounds. And I was like, hey, what's happening? And then we investigated a little bit and noticed actually that is very useful. So in this room here, usually we need to lose the coolant and, you know, get the bugs out of the way, but we don't care. We're just gonna grab Emma here and put her right into the elevator. So we don't have time for bug coolings. What the hell, man? There we go. James is not going for the Emma bump here. This will be the first room to do it. Because you basically put her out of bounds here in the elevator room. And then you can basically walk all the way around. And this is the coolest thing. If you time it right, this guard will look up and close his eyes because he's yawning. And you can literally walk past him. Let's see what Fury is doing. Does he go for the time save? Oh, yeah, that looks good. He's gonna drag Emma here against the wall. And then basically just needs to walk a few circles and try to get out of bounds. Nope. Yep, there we go. Second to 10, puts it out of bounds. And now, right, he can literally just walk past here. It doesn't care at all about the alerts, which, again, it doesn't matter. It's very easy. Just leave the room, come back again. And then what you can see on the Fury's screen here, actually when he goes out, he will immediately return. But Emma won't be in the elevator anymore. She will be basically around the corner. And that is what saves the time, because you don't need to drag Emma around the whole room here. James actually losing a little bit of time here. There we go, going the regular route. So these runners are going to be almost at the same pace again. James is only barely ahead now. It is very tight now. And here will be the second attempt on KL, the connecting bridge, to wrap up again. And Fury's doing it again. You can do that here. It's a bit more tricky apparently, but if you can make it work here as well, saves another good 8 seconds. It's 3 attempts, 4, 5. Doesn't look good. He's gonna set it up again. spin again, and meanwhile James C is already ahead here. These ciphers sadly do hurt Emma. And yeah, Fury is up. That's time to move on. Take the time loss he had and just continue. But he already saved a lot. Probably should have done the same as GNC, just going at it without trying to Emma bump. But I think, again, both of these runners don't know where each of them is right now, so it's just taking your chance. Why not?
Enable a rapid
Return to your
fire.
positions. Tighten security.
Disable a rapid fire.
Now there's only one more room left, I think, and then we're gonna go downstairs and have the sniping section happen. So yeah, again, as I said, both of these runners are about the same skill level, and it's always amazing to see in a race because you never know who's going to win or not. And again, James is just barely ahead by a few seconds. Fantastic display by Fury, showing off this brand new glitch and time save that we found. As it is sometimes, if you're too greedy and try to do all the things at once the second time, he lost most of it again, so that's how the game works. We have not fully found yet consistent strat in order to do the semi bounce or out of bounds glitch, so again, if you want to learn how to run this game or any other, of course, the Metal Gear Solid Saga or Metal Gear games, we have in our community at MGS2, the Metal Gear Speedrunners, our own wiki on metalgearspeedrunners.com. Who knows, maybe in the future also our own leaderboards. You never know. So, of course, I always invite you to join the Discord. It's a great community. You can find it all on metalgearspeedrunners.com. Fantastic site, fantastic project, and of course, fantastic people. And maybe you are joining us next time as well for a community race. We'd love to see you there.
Disable a rapid fire.
And we literally just need to wait here a little bit longer before we have a very lengthy section of not needing to do anything. And out of that, James is always going here, just looking with the scope into the nice sunset. Looks very great. And here, as I said before here, both of these runners can only wait here. This is very easy. There's not much we need to do here. On higher difficulties, and I think even extreme stuff, there's also a lot of claymores we need to shoot out of the way here from Emma. On very easy, there's only a few guards here and there. So we literally just wait for her to walk around. That's all that is, really. Sometimes people draw smileys here with the sniper. There we go, I think Fury's going for it. You get infinite ammo basically, because every time when you run out of ammo there's new ammo spawning, so really no problem with that here. Good, that worked. So yeah, as soon as Emma walks around the second tower, we can currently see it here on James's screen, which is still on the way. The next fight against Vamp will happen. It basically is just a quick draw duel, just shoot him down. Thanks to having Turbo available, once we're in position, we can try to just spam down on Vamp and the fight will be immediately over in seconds there. More stuff happening in the background. Exploding. Why not? And JMC showing us how well his cursor works. I love it. I know at least James sees on the laptop, which I respect that. The game does run definitely on a lot of different hardware. It does not need the latest one. It's a game, I think, from 2002, the PC port here of Substance. So, again, if you want to learn how to run this game, join MetalGearSpeedruns.com, and this version, for example, you can get on GOG. Does not take much. James is getting ready here now, emptying his magazine. As you see, he got new ammo straight away, in order to be ready, of course, for the fight that's soon about to happen. Yeah, both of these runners are fantastically even, still. There's not much happening anymore in this game. You can see now, Emma's slowly making her way over there. And Fury also getting ready to be already in position here. It doesn't matter too much, we are automatically being positioned anyway, so that's nice. There was one more cipher we need to shoot at.
Disable or enable a rapid fire.
Both of them using turbo to just shake that booty. Why not? That's the thing really in this part. You can't do anything. I would shout out another project here, but right now there's not much going on. So. And as you can see, you literally just shoot down Vamp here. Position yourself. It doesn't even matter if you shoot Emma or not. Look, she doesn't die. And that's how quickly you can get done with it. They're still super close. You can see how close they're on top of each other. It's like 3 seconds putting them apart, so let's see how it goes. There's a few more things to come. We need to rush down here again. Then we get captured. And then we basically start the simulation breakdown.
Disable a rapid fire.
Yep, and James Jesus just noticed that he had turbo on, so he couldn't do the cartwheels here. You gotta remember to turn that off. That's why we have an actual sound cue play that tells us if it's on or not. That definitely helps. And I think that little difference with the turbo, I think, yeah, that barely puts Fury ahead. So let's switch sound over to him. So yeah, Fury just turned into the lead on accident almost. Incredible. This is what I say, like these tiny mistakes, the minor imperfections here, they do make a difference. Should not underestimate them. And there we go, Emma's dead, bye-bye, and then we're getting captured, and then it's time to basically get into a very nostalgic situation.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jack the Ripper?
You know this fellow?
You remember me, don't you? You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory, too?
So the funny part is here, this first torture, we just give up. Basically, we don't need to press anything. That's so funny always when I see that. It's like, yeah, you gotta press button. No, actually don't. Just like Metal Gear Solid 1, we can just give up.
You can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
Oh, oh. Why? This is always funny. Yeah, if you're recalling Rose here ahead, Sifton Town, and then getting released. And then it's off for him to go, basically making his way throughout Arsenal in the so-called Gingenum parts. There's a little trick in there that's happening. We're gonna later see also Solid Snake, the real one. Join the fun. So that's always cool. And as we see, hopefully these runners go for another gap jump here with the cartwheel, which again always looks like super tight when timing here. So we'll see. There we go. Fury did it and successful. Very nice. You can also go around the way, but of course that's slow, so usually we don't want to do that. But if you fall down, it's even worse, so it's a little bit risky. Unless the JMC clearing it like a boss. Or maybe like a big boss. Well, I'll leave that open to you. And now we're just waiting here for the random counts, and then we're good to go. And then after a few more seconds, so a snake will come in, give you all your stuff back, and then also give you the katana. And all of this part of the game, from a casual standpoint, from a story standpoint, but the simulation breaks apart because the virus finally installed. And there we go. We're a little bit on the timer here. We need to swing the sword a few times. So it is actually important also that we swing it enough. And I never knew, apparently, if you change the modes here, in case you never know, this high frequency blade can change in two variants. If it's red, that means it's a leafer mode, and if it's blue, that means it's a non-leafer mode. And if you want to do the non-leafer strat in order to go with Big Boss rank later down the road, you want to do the blue sword version. People sometimes also to annoy Solid Snake a little bit here. You can hurt him with the sword, he will run after you, he will mock you, call you an idiot. It's all the things you can do. But yeah. There we go. If you're getting ready, time's up. Starting the Tank 1 fight. And there's a little trick that you will see right at the end, so I'm going to explain it beforehand because it's really fast. There's a so-called door load trigger trick, so you can lean against the door in first person, then also punch, kick, and while the movement is happening, you can go out of first person, and then somehow you glitch behind the door and load the next area. So you don't need to wait the full time that it takes here. So let's get ready, see what he does here. He will actually look against the door. There we go. And then actually somehow trigger the next room load behind the door. And that's Tango 1 skip. I wish I had a better explanation, but that's how it is. Here's the next stage of the Tango fight. You want to go all the way up if I see correctly, and then just stand in this position, precisely, and then shoot down with stingers. And then constantly spam it. And after a few dead Tango fighters, the one will be over. And of course the classic Fission layout screen will also happen, so of course we're not skipping that one. As you see, both of these runners right now doing the same thing here. And I gotta say, honestly, when I played the game first time casual, I did believe actually that the game ended here because of some mistake. And there we go, Fury getting ready here. And then we have the actual medical ray fight, which is on very easy, very short. Basically, you just need to shoot the knee of one of those rays, and then shoot him in the mouth, and then they're instantly done for. You do this 3 times, and then that's the fight. So compared to an Extreme and European Extreme, I think you have 18 of those, so that takes a much more time. On very easy, if you're fast enough, they won't even come to the platform. Because again, basically, they go down in one shot. As long as the speed is happening, of course, we need to wait, so there's, again, not much we can do. It's just Solidus, really. That's the whole point. He loves the tour. And us being listened to. So I guess while we were here trapped in this area, we just have to listen to him. And that's how it looks like when you turn Turbo on. God damn, this Call of Duty is very nice.
Final phase. You came in handy as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute. split between life and
What's really cool actually in this part is that the speech continues while you're in the menu, so you can't lose time accidentally menuing.
by something less than
In other games, especially one, when you want to do something and don't want to waste time, you can't menu them. But here we go. This is now the Ray fight. He opens the mouth first. Sometimes the fight will also happen where they... There we go. Each shoot the knee and that's it. You just need to take down 3 and it's done so quickly. No, we don't want to save. And then we need to survive another torture section.
The Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated.
James is also getting ready here for his third one. There you go, shooting the knee, in the mouth, and then it's done. Again, it's like barely a few seconds here. There's only a little bit of RNG happening later in the Solidus fight, but I'm not sure if this can still turn the tide. What you will definitely see that these runners will be very close to each other.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
Oh, and there's a voice line not playing, but that's fine. Now we're getting ready. Skipping all the cutscenes. And then it's on to the most important cutscene in all of video game history, being skipped. How rude. I would never do that. And then we're getting ready for the final fight of the game, which is against Solidus, and that will be time. Of course, we're going to wait also after that for the credits, relax a little bit, listen to some music, and then see what the IGT says. And there we go, here starts the Solidus fight. One shot to open here his defense, and then 3 hits in him. Then he does his rockets, we take some distance, and then basically roll towards him and then immediately start attacking again. It just goes over and over again. Then we're already here in the second half, where he does his dash, throw away his 10 kilograms to be even faster. And then if he's lucky, he dashes right into him, or I think after a second time that's the fastest one. And then we do the same thing over and over again. You can also fight him a little bit unfair because he has an eye patch. You can fight this on his bad side. This looked very nice. 2 dashes only. Oh, did not defend correctly there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and then another of those 3s and he's done for. Dashes around. And that's it. Fury's done. GG. So only credits left, so I'm switching over to JMC here with the audio. Because I don't want the music to give me a DMCA claim. There we go, that's 3 shots. Another time waiting here for the dash, and then get ready. Fantastic, and he's also done for. Excellent. And yeah, that has been Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance here from both of these runners. Excellent fight. Excellent race, especially, and that was just all around class. Again, I'm going to play music here from Pretzel Rocks, because I don't want to have a DMCA claim here, which is fine though, of course. We will see after the credits happen what the IGT will be. Again, as I'm saying, this race is not entirely over. We're just waiting here for the IGT to come up, but that sadly requires us waiting through the entirety here of the credits, so it will certainly take some time. Just a bit secure waiting. Just shout it out. Like if somebody finds a way to skip those credits whilst having the correct IGT, like please send the info my way. Should be soon done, I think. At least the recording time is already 1 hour 4 minutes. I think Fury is about to be done now with the credits. By the way, you can talk, right? It's not just me. The race is over if you want.
Yeah, just.
It's like, no, you're not allowed to talk here. Imagine. There we go. 1 hour, 5 minutes, 2 seconds. Decent. Not too shabby, and we probably see what's in just a few seconds. JMC's time.
That wasn't too bad.
No, absolutely. Again, this second chance bump of Emma, fantastic. Too bad KL lost time again. Oh my god, the exact same IGT. This is a tie?
Really?
This is a tie?
Oh my god.
Well, folks, I guess that was a surprise that nobody
pretty,
expected.
So all the times that I saved time and he lost, or he lost time and I saved, and just ended up evening out.
Wow. Well, as I said before, both of these runners are about equal in skill. And I guess just that proves it yet again, a race where they're both tied. Again, well, I guess congratulations to both of you. That was fantastic to watch. So that really just shows again, just because you are first in an RTA race, we measure these usually in IGT, you can still be even. He could maybe even won just by a fraction. Oh my lord. Well, that's how it goes. So, folks, thank you so much again for watching. I'm going to take it over here. Both these runners are done for. Some even need to go to work. So, I thank you out there again for watching, of course. That was me here hosting the Medical Solo 2 race for Fury and JMC. Great lads, of course. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow again. I'm going to play some Medical Solo Mobile again. Continue to learn more of any percent there. And for tonight, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. See you soon. I'm going to rate now Metal Gear Speedrunners because they are doing currently an INR session where Major Zero is teaching another person, which I don't know the name of right now, Metal Gear Solid 3. So that's great to watch and I hope you enjoy it as well. Have a good night and see you soon. Bye-bye.